even the United States, the entire world is traumatized by these incidents that continue to occur over and over and over. And I would say that with really good police work, with really strong parameters and laws, we could probably get a handle on this. But, you know, for instance, there are things that you can do, such as surveillance. And why didn't they know where the suspect was? You just assumed that he could be in one of 3 apartments. There was no surveillance. I mean, we're going beyond training now. We're starting to now think about what is it in the police officer's mind that would allow them to go into an apartment with the knowledge that you're looking for someone, yes, but that there may be other people there who actually are allowed to have a handgun legally, that you are bursting into an apartment, you are making a lot of noise. In Amir's case, they kicked the couch, and 9 seconds later, he was dead. So if the community...
So yeah, here's the thing, like, when it comes to, like, no knock warrants, it's just fucking sanctioned violence. I mean, it really is. When you really break it fucking down, I mean, the amount of information they had is just fucking mind-boggling. It was just nothing. You know, they had no idea if this person was even going to be, you know, in the fucking apartment. And yeah, I think I may have cut that out, but they didn't even fucking, they had 2 different warrants. So they had a knock and present themselves, you know, announce themselves as police officer warrant, and then they had one that wasn't, and then they went with the no knock warrant. And of course, with no knock warrants, I mean, we're not going to knock on the door. You might as well go in the fucking dead of night, you know. I mean, let's be honest, if you're going to be a fucking state-sanctioned death squad, I mean, you might as well go, you know, when the best time to get people, you know, unawares is. And so they fucking burst in the dude's fucking apartment, right? And dude, I guess, does DoorDash or something like that, or some sort of food delivery service, and he had a firearm. Totally fucking reasonable. You know, I mean, I think a lot of these fucking idiot neoliberal Republicans that have no idea that Republicans are just fucking neoliberal, but that's beside the point. A lot of these idiots don't fucking think about is that, yeah, I can be a leftist and be staunchly pro-gun. You know, in fact, I'm so pro-gun, I think we should give every poor person and every working class person a gun. Just straight up, you know, like, I think that should be state-sponsored, you know. I'm that pro-fucking Second Amendment. You know, maybe people abuse the fucking right, maybe people just go out and sell the gun. Who fucking cares, you know? Like, we can't just ban the fucking action because of some bad actors, you know? That's just stupid, you know? Which is the same point that the fucking Republicans make, which is, you know, unless it's a black person. The second comes to a black person, they go, well, did he have priors? Well, no, he fucking have priors because he legally purchased a firearm, you fucking idiot. You know, like, it's just fucking stupid. So anyways, they bring in this fucking dude's house, and he grabs his pistol. I mean, that's fucking reasonable to do. I mean, if someone breaks in your house, I mean, and you have a pistol, yeah, you should fucking grab your pistol, you know, grab your shotgun, whatever you have, because somebody just broke into your fucking house. You don't know if they're gonna fucking do you harm. It's just like the Breonna Taylor case. You know, she was a fucking hero for trying to protect herself from, you know, a fucking state-sanctioned goon squad, you know? And, you know, so they're still fucking doing this shit, and it's so fucking dumb, because, like, here, look. There's the 33 states that this shit's still legal in, okay? I mean, I feel kind of fortunate that I live in Oregon, where it's fucking banned. I mean, at least, you know, give the liberals and fucking idiots in Oregon credit for where credit's due. They fucking just ban that shit, you know? Because it's stupid. It makes no fucking sense. Like, they do exactly what they think they're going to do, which is, or what a criminal would do. I mean, it's straight up, it's what criminals do. They would fucking raid your house in the middle of the night, catch you unaware, you know? And the thing is that someone who's, like, living on that side of their life, too, I've seen people literally impersonate law enforcement in order to gain access to people's homes and fucking rob them for drugs and shit like that, you know? Pretend that they're fucking, you know, the fucking federal officers or whatever. And people do that, you know, so If people are going to abuse the fact that they know that cops could do that, like I said here in Oregon, a lot of people don't know that that's banned unless it comes to federal things, but that's different. I think it has to do with something. They have to have somebody inside of the house or something like that in order for them to basically do a new knock warrant. I'm not entirely sure about that, but that's the other thing too. That's my main contention with law enforcement is that you have like federal officers who do a lot of training. I mean, a lot of them have fucking master's degrees and shit like that. So they're obviously intelligent, you know. Do they make mistakes? Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, if you're in that line of work, you're always going to make mistakes. I mean, that's just a given, you know. But do we hear, like, constant stories of, you know, just gun-toting fucking steroided up fucking idiots running into houses and just shooting people just for fucking grabbing a pistol, you know? Like, no, we don't hear that, you know? And I think that's part of the thing, too, is that, you know, when a federal agency does it and they have somebody on the inside, it's because they have eyes on the inside. They know, like, who's a potential target, who's a potential threat. You know, they have all that pertinent information, which is also just makes more sense when you think about it anyways. Because, I mean, think about it. Like, you do a new knock warrant, and you don't fucking know if he's got, like, you know, claymores and pipe bombs fucking, you know, set all over his house, you know, and just willing to fucking, you know, blow himself the fucking kingdom come, you know, which is, you know, part of why, you know, like when the feds do it, they fucking infiltrate, they fucking figure that shit out. That way they can, you know, make sure they don't get a hold of that fucking, you know, trigger to, you know, detonate a bunch of explosives. But yeah, this shit's just fucking sad and just fucking further points out the fact that police are just demonstrably under fucking trained, okay? You know, they can be all steroided out. They can go fucking hit the gym all they want. You know, like, I mean, being big and buff doesn't mean shit if someone has a gun. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of having a gun. The gun's the equalizer, you know. Dude, a skinny fucking dude wearing glasses who goes to college can have a gun and not get fucking mugged by, you know, a couple big-ass dudes with, you know, baseball bats. That's the whole point of having a firearm, you know. Yeah, that's exactly what, in this case too, where this dude had a firearm because he worked a job. I mean, food delivery is now I'm not saying that it's always because of violence from customers, but food delivery drivers have a higher rate of death than cops. I mean, straight up, like, more people that deliver food are more likely to get killed in the line of fucking duty or whatever you call it, you know. It's another thing that was like fetishize this fucking profession like it's some sort of, you know, sexy thing or whatever, you know. It's like it's a job, you know. It's an important job. I'm not gonna underline that. I don't know, people are fucking, especially on the left, are all, you know, ACABs and all that stuff. But look, it's a little bit deeper than that, you know. You have to like look into the actual thing, which is police unions are fucked. They are absolutely fucked. They will out people that try to like call foul. You know, they will reassign them to fucking being traffic duty or something like that if somebody, you know, is bringing attention shit that's going on that shouldn't be going on, you know. And so this whole idea that they're all bastards is, it's not so fucking black and white like that. You know, there is like a whole fucking shit ton of gray. There's a lot of them that want to actually, you know, do something good, do something positive, and then have to like sit on their hands when they see shit that, you know, is wrong, that shouldn't be going on. I recall that video of like in New York where they raided, or they not raided, but they confronted this man who's going through a mental health crisis. He had a fucking like a bread knife or something like that, and was like fucking 10 or 12 feet. It doesn't matter at that. It's a fucking bread knife, okay? Like, you know, and the dude was clearly caught up on drugs, but anyways, they ended up fucking shooting him, you know. So shit like that happens. Like, it's so dumb. Like, in situations like that, it's like, yeah, you obviously do defund in the sense that they don't need to go to fucking mental health shit, okay? Mental health professionals, like, you talk to anybody who's worked in a psych ward or even in the fucking ER when they have to, like, filter them into the psych ward, like, there are fucking violent people, like, straight up, they'll throw shit at you, they'll fucking turn their fucking forks into shanks and try to fucking stab you until that, demons are telling them that they have to stab your fucking eyes, it can be violent. So this whole idea that, like, you couldn't have mental health professionals and stuff like that go out and try to diffuse situations and stuff, and maybe at the worst have like some sort of minor security liaison who maybe has like a taser or something like that, like that would make perfect sense. But more than that though, so getting back to this whole situation, is it just fucking ridiculous? I mean, look at this. All these states like California, like California, fucking totally fine with no knock warrants. New York, totally fine with no knock warrants. Illinois, totally fine. Minnesota, fucking Kentucky, it looks like allows in continuing in extenuating circumstances, and that's kind of post Breonna Taylor. I mean, I think after something like that, I think you should pretty much like it's pretty much a given. You have to like fucking stop at that point. Texas, of course, which is crazy because like here's the other thing too is like these staunch fucking pro-gun people. They're always like, they always like to act like they're so fucking pro-gun and everyone should fucking fucking shit like this, like best use for XY what interests, snow camo, hell yeah, brother. Like they fucking all gun-ho like this, but then when it comes to like cops, they're just like, oh yeah, no, it's fine, it's cool, Oh yeah, I joke about, making claymores in my house, like the literal reason why cops should not knock warrants, and pop pipe bombs in my house. But no, if a cop comes to the door, I'm totally letting him in. I'm gonna make him some fucking coffee. You want some coffee, bro? Like, here, go ahead, Especially if it's like a person of color. And here's the other thing too, is like, I don't care if a criminal has a gun. Because look, if you're on the side of crime, okay, first of all, you're a victim of this economic system we have. Like, I'm straight up, like, I don't care what you say, like, oh, the fucking, you can make better choices, this or that, or everything. That's all bullshit, okay? At the end of the day, capitalism is put a gun to your head, work or die. It's really kind about it. It doesn't exactly say work and die, but it's highly implied that, if you don't work, you die. Which is fucked. I mean, that's just like a system that just, it's a hierarchy, this ANCAP fucking idiots, like, a complete idiots. That's the pro fucking hierarchy. Like, that's all it is. Like, and basically being an ANCAP means you just give the rich people more reign. Like, it's not going to help anybody. Like, sure, you might not pay taxes anymore, but you're going to start paying, utility fees and fucking service fees and rental fucking whatever shit to just fucking live. And the thing is it's not going to be accountable. You might even fucking pay more, but hey, at least we're not paying the government. Instead, we're just paying multinational fucking corporations to be the government. Hell yeah, brother, that's fucking cool. We can buy flamethrowers, but maybe the fucking corporation bans fucking flamethrowers on all the streets with the private security, and you're on private property, so boom. Oh, sorry, Fourth Amendment. Nope, doesn't exist, brother. You're on private property. Now you forfeit your fucking car, and now you can't even drive to work anymore. Boo-hoo. But these people they act so fucking pro-gun, but then the second it's like a cop, they're like, oh no, like we have to find every reason to excuse them. It's like, dude, you can't be one or the other, okay? Like, and here's the other thing too. They always say shit like, oh, like, white people get killed by cops too. And it's like, dude, that's the fucking point. Like, it's not one or the other. It's both. It is literally both. It's absolutely fucking both. It's like, if you don't understand that, like, I don't know what to tell you. If people aren't protesting your death, I mean, I feel bad for you, bro, Like, if people aren't making a fuss about you getting killed by state-sanctioned violence, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I mean, I guess you don't really have people that love you. Um, and that's sad, but I mean, I guess that's life. Um, because nobody's stopping you. Nobody is stopping anybody from fucking, protesting state-sanctioned violence. Nobody's stopping you. And the thing is, a lot of these people, you see these fucking jackasses on, like, Facebook or something like that. These jackasses will, hate on him and whatever, say, oh, it's not gun violence, it's a victim of thug violence or blah, 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 blah. All this bullshit. Um, and then they'll be like, I don't remember seeing anybody protesting for a white guy getting shot. And it's like, nobody stopped you. And then if I fucking look at this fucking person's, interactions, they probably laugh reacted somebody getting shot by a cop who was a white person and probably even commented something like, oh, serves you right, junkie, that's what junkies get, or something stupid like that, And then they pretend like, oh, well, nobody protested his death. It's like, you literally fucking said that he deserved it because he was a junkie. And now you're saying that you're mad that nobody protested him getting killed by state-sanctioned violence. Which one is it? But it's all part of, again, a part of this full, larger fucking agenda of nationalism. And that's what it is, is this idea of, like, there's untouchables, and then there's everybody else, and state-sanctioned violence is okay for everybody else, even more state-sanctioned violence. I mean, fucking to go full into nationalism, you're getting rid of whole slopes of people, but yeah, like, this shit needs to stop. This right here, like, this is just fucking sad. Like, families should not be having to fucking deal with this,
Is outraged. That is quite understandable because enough is enough, and when does it stop?
Speaking of community, Terry, this is not the first time that Minnesota has been affected by the death of a black person at the hands of the police. A former Minneapolis police officer, Derek Chauvin, convicted of the murder of the death of George Floyd a few miles away. Former Minnesota officer Kim Potter, convicted of manslaughter, April 2021, the police shooting of Dante Wright. So what can the Minneapolis community do? What kind of reforms are necessary to make the community safe for everybody?
Well, you listed a number of people who really have been impacted by all of what's going on as far as the police violence is concerned. And there's no question about it that change has to be made. Mayor Frey announced back in November that change was going to be made to these no-knock laws. And enough has not been done. If you look across the country.
Yeah, in this case, in Minnesota's case, nothing was done. Now, you might argue that, oh, they didn't really have a no-knock fucking problem, which is probably bullshit. The media just probably neglected to go over it. I mean, this is the fucking thing when it comes to it, too. There's so much state-sanctioned violence that, like, we just get used to it. I mean, 7,666 police officers who killed people in the U.S. between 2013 and 2019, only 25 were convicted, 74 were charged but not convicted, and everybody was scot-free, And bear in mind, these 25 convictions, that doesn't mean shit, okay? Because there's the appeals process, and, when it comes to the fucking due process of the law, I think even pieces of shit who abuse their authority to kill people still deserve the fucking due process of law, and unfortunately a consequence of that is the 25 that were convicted, there's a very good chance a lot of them will probably get off, on some technicality, or, there was too much media coverage because, it was a fucking giant outrage, or some fucking stupid bullshit like that, like literally dumb bullshit like that, like they'll say media outrage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, when it comes to, like, a cop killing people and getting convicted. But then when it's like someone like, Kyle Rittenhouse, it's like, oh no, conservative neighborhood, conservative jury, that probably watches Breitbart and fucking, Alex Jones and all those people. Oh, no, no, no. Those are totally trustworthy people. No, they weren't influenced by the media at all, like, it's so fucking, so dumb. But, yeah, just keep that in mind. 25 were convicted, but who knows at what point of the... Because here's the thing with, like, Derek Chauvin. This is a very good chance that he might get off. It's fucked up, but it's true. He'll be... I mean, at least he'll be, PC'd up in a fucking, well, actually, some states have, like, separate prisons for cops and stuff like that. I know, like, in Oregon, I think it's Mill Creek. No, not Mill Creek. Man. I really should know this, but hold on. Warner Creek. There we go. That's what it is. It's like a small little prison. Looks kind of like the only photos of it. The deer. I guess, hey, nature comes, but that's basically the prison, They probably go out and work crews and stuff like that, so they pick up the trash on the side of the road. And that's the prison that, like, cops go to, or law enforcement will go to, or, some fucking city regulator that got caught fucking pilfering money from the city or whatever, like, that's where they go, is they go to there, because they can't go anywhere else, they fucking try to, segregate all the fucking sex offenders out on the fucking east, because fucking nobody wants to be around them. Try to give them a whole fucking prison, which is crazy, because it's the largest, I think it is the largest. It's either the largest or second largest prison in Oregon, and it was dedicated just to sex offenders, and then they fucking fought it in the court system and said, we should be allowed to go wherever, and well, now they are wherever, and, the thing is, the boys in blue, that these fucking conservatives like to back and stuff like that, and say they hate sex offenders and everything, like, the boys in blue would rather protect sex offenders to piss off, like, the gang members and shit like that, than actually give, like, the sex offenders a hard time. Which is pretty fucked when you think about it. Like, just to fucking spite people that, join gangs or whatever, just to spite them, they'll protect the fucking sex offenders. Like, no, we won't let you extort them, and shit like that. And they try to act all buddy-buddy. And sometimes, like, fucking all buddy-buddy, and it's fucking weird, but, I mean, shit, I don't know. You're somebody that's okay with being in a profession of state-sanctioned violence, I guess you don't really have an issue with people that commit sexual assault, but hey, that's a whole other issue.
Many states have now banned entirely no knock warrants because it's dangerous both to the police officers and to the individuals behind those doors.
Now, I don't really understand this because, hold on, let me see if I can find a better map then. Okay. So yeah, looks like only Oregon and Florida. That's pretty fucking stupid. And it is currently 2022. So it's been a couple hundred years that we've been okay with state-sanctioned violence. And anyways, it's got to stop. And yeah.